All right, Texans win 19-14 after the Titans try to freeze them out for an hour at the beginning of the game. I don't know what that was all about. Chicanery is what it was. Let's get this going.
Doesn't impress me. Here's Henry.
Derrick Henry.
And Henry up across the 45.
This is what it felt like. This is, frankly, the beginning of this game was what the last 4 Titans
Willis
games
has
it felt
time.
like.
Throws one over the middle, and it's caught right
except
at
for the Malik
midfield.
Willis part.
Willis in the shotgun. And hands it to Henry. Blockers ahead. Derrick Henry
Henry had 200 yards or more versus the Texans for 4 consecutive games. So this felt like it was going to be more of the same. And this would be a theme all day, even though the Texans improved. Whenever the Titans pulled a couple of offensive linemen, they just really manhandled everybody. And Jalen Petrie, who I love and has improved a lot with his tackling, and he was smarter because at least this time he's trying to take Derrick Henry low. He's got to learn how to be a more disciplined. I almost said coward. That's not fair. You should be cowardly in a productive way, like a disciplined coward. If you're a defensive back coming up and trying to take out the ankles of Derrick Henry, you still got to have some semblance of
maybe he's going a little bit downhill,
squaring him up and taking his legs out, because he'll just run right through you.
Pressure coming. Mills steps up on the run, keeps it himself.
Mills has showed a little bit more of his athleticism the last couple of weeks, which is good. We'll see that he needs to take care of some things as he's doing that. You saw the 2-quarterback system early in this game. This is a key.
Mills throws it to him. Driskel, his second career
They use Driskel
reception.
as an actual receiver.
Close to 4-down territory here if you don't.
Like, there's not really a lot of sense in having 2 quarterbacks out there if you're not going to use one that's a potential receiving threat, because otherwise teams just take it easy on you. And the Texans kind of set that up by way of using Driskel out there the last couple weeks. I don't know if that was worth that 4 yards that the Texans just got with Driskel. Was that worth wasting this package on multiple other series? I don't know.
Play action. Mills looking deep for
Mills
Mills
done a lot better with the
Jordan
play
Akins.
action, looking receivers off. Some of the finer points of the game, I think, in these last couple
Mills,
weeks.
good protection. Rolling right. Nobody open. Mills cuts it up at the 5. Lost the football. Free in the end zone. And Rex Burkhead has it.
And I like
Touchdown,
that.
Texans.
I like that he's being
Remember, Mills
a
lost
little looser
fumble
and willing to
overtime.
go for it with stuff like this. But he's got to know where he is. He's got a better situational
against
awareness.
Kansas City. Clearly a fumble there.
It's kind of like when you're
Burkhead
encouraging
was able
somebody to
fall
loosen
on
up, and all of a sudden they loosen up a little too
And
much.
Gene Steratore is with us. How do you see this, Gene?
Like when you're
I think
busting on each other, and then all of a sudden,
in my opinion, guys, and let's remember, it's
the kid that never really busts on people and is sensitive, but starts joining in, and then all of a sudden he makes like a really out of bounds joke about your mom or something. That's what Davis Mills just did. He made a your mama joke to the wrong person at the goal line, but it worked out because the guy ended up being cool. This is Rex Burkhead.
Willis in trouble.
Okoronkwo, awesome. Was that Malik Collins also? Malik Collins would have a couple good plays in this game where he didn't get credit for it.
He's got Chris Moore for a first down.
I'll show you one of them later on. It's the Christian Harris interception.
Driskel rolling right. Throwing on the run.
Driskel and Davis showed some pinpoint accuracy at times on a cold day. The wind wasn't really a factor. That's good.
Comes back the other way. Wide open man is Freeman.
So wherever he is, you've got to assign 2 guys in that direction. You know that the next guy's going to get single cover.
See a little look off. I mean, and it's pre-planned.
Burkhead spun down,
but it's effective.
At the 7-yard line.
Well, it was 3rd and 7, so it wasn't that effective.
Cameron Johnston. And Fairbairn's kick is good.
Fairbairn money in the cold.
Here's Henry on 2nd down.
Again,
some room to run. Derrick Henry hit it.
These guys, I mean, they've got the Texans figured out. You're going to pull a guard and this tight end over here, stack up on the D-line, stack up on a backer right
Here's
there.
Henry.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
On second down, some room to run. Derrick Henry hit at the 45. Willis on the move, running left, and taken down out of bounds.
Willis with a little skip.
Here comes a blitz. Mills hit as he throws. It flutters, and Cooks catches it.
Mills
Patriots
understanding the situation, that's improved when he's getting blitzed, and then obviously he's got a relationship with Cooks. As much as I hate to admit it, I missed Cooks a little
They
bit.
run it, Freeman, and he's spun down. 4th and 1, play clock at 2. Driskel keeps it himself.
Like, Driskel just doesn't have it. I know, like on the broadcast, the last couple weeks, people have complained about Driskel not making the right reads on the zone read. And look right here. This is the correct read. The end man is crashing down. It looks like he's got plenty of room to run. And if he had handed it off, that's what everybody would be saying, right? Wow, look at all that space. He turned it down. But he's not that fast. Plus, Jordan Akins didn't block his guy. Jordan Akins didn't block his guy, but that DB also could have gotten out there. Driskel's just not outrunning people.
Kalu combine on the tackle. Second down and 11. Willis
Pass
slips.
rush good.
It's back on his feet, has some room to run.
Held.
Here's the speed.
Willis strong. Look at how strong he is. Christian Harris is a big dude, and he kind of bounced off of him.
Here's Henry. They flip it to Burks. He's got some.
Look at the wide receivers blocking are so big for the Titans. I mean, that's one of the reasons
space.
Derrick Henry has as many big plays as he does. I know that's not Derrick Henry there, but the receivers' willingness to block downfield, that's
Henry.
laudable.
Can he get to the outside? Shakes a tackle. Shakes another. Shakes a third. Derrick Henry.
So 3 missed tackles there. It is kind of a testament to what you're going to see in the second half that Derrick Henry did end up averaging for 5.5 yards a carry because he had that 48-yard carry in the beginning. This is where the bar has been lowered now. Okay, this is what we do. We get excited about Derrick Henry rushing for less than 6 yards a carry.
Willis keeps it himself. Breaks a tackle. Willis
He's just so strong. That kid figures out the passing part of it. And I think the Titans maybe if they had run more designed runs, we'll get down into the fourth quarter, and I don't know why they abandoned the pass.
3rd and 13. Good protection. Mills has time. Throws deflected up in the air. Intercepted. Jack Gibbons.
I didn't like that was forcing it to Cooks as well. Those are some of the old
throws deflected up in the air. Intercepted.
habits popping up.
Jack Gibbons. His first NFL interception. Petit Frere questionable with an ankle injury, so LaRaven Clark is at right tackle for Tennessee.
Cooks only averaged
It's
8.5 yards per
8.
reception on this one, in this game.
Willis over the middle, incomplete.
Bit of a hold on Okoronkwo. I don't know what you're whining about, Titans receiver.
Willis, 3-step drop,
Okoronkwo
throws, and
double
it's
team.
deflected, incomplete.
Good
This
deflection.
half, Davis Mills is 3 out of 8. Let's see what he does here on 3rd and 10. Mills fires too high, incomplete.
They skipped some Texans defensive highlights here.
Willis,
Write a
quick
letter to
pass.
Goodell.
Westbrook Akine has the first down.
Pick and pop action.
On 2nd and 5, Willis completes it to Hooper, who's tackled by Petrie again.
That was good kamikaze. Oh, Petrie, Petrie
First down and
escaped
10.
my scrutiny on
Here's
that
Henry.
long
Henry's
Derrick
still
Henry
going.
run. Oh,
Ball comes out. Ball is free.
okay.
The Texans sideline say they have it, and they do.
So this is a good job by
Because it's
Hansen.
cold, he said,
But I'm going to say
every
this.
play, we're punching the ball out, trying to get it done. You can see that rip coming.
I'm tired of hearing
from
people
Jake.
say that the Texans' run defense is improved. The Texans' run defense is not improved. They were playing with 8 up in the box after Derrick Henry torched them. If they were facing a real quarterback would have he would have taken advantage of some opportunities downfield when the Texans were loading up the box and still having Derrick Henry run on them. But because they are a bad run defense, because they missed so many tackles, they keep getting opportunities to force the ball out. And Jake Hansen did do the right thing here. He wrapped him up and then yanked on it. 3 fumbles in 3 weeks for Derrick Henry.
Getting that ball out.
It's not winning football, man.
That's the third
You guys are going to lose to the
straight
Texans, man.
game that Derrick Henry has fumbled, and he's now lost 3 fumbles on the year. What a play
3
by
fumbles
Hansen.
on the year, and it's all in the last 3 weeks.
Mills steps up, eludes the rush, throws on the run, completes it to Philip Dorsett.
Pretty well in the last couple 3-game stretch.
Ogunbowale picks up the first down.
Ogunbowale was nice on this drive.
Mills for Dorsett along the sideline. Did he get
Mills
the feet
was
down?
good. Ogunbowale
Yes.
was good. Dorsett was good.
2nd and 3. Ogunbowale reverses course, and he picks up the first down. 3rd and goal. Mills to Burkhead at the 5. Gibbons
3rd and goal. You got to try to get it to Burkhead. Let's see if this was. Let's see how predetermined this was.
3rd and goal.
All right. He's making his little display of a look out to the right. Doesn't like what he has. He's going to Burkhead.
At the 5.
Burkhead on a backer.
Him up.
I'll never forgive Nick Caserio for making me think
So the Derrick
unkind
Henry
thoughts about
lost
Rex
fumble
Burkhead.
leads
Because he
to
seems like
3
a hell of a
points.
guy. It's just
Willis keeps it, slips, and
it's
down
like
he
the
goes.
opposite of the dude.
In the early
Remember
down
the dude was the perfect guy for that time and place,
Leads to 3
according to
points.
Sam Elliott. Burkhead's the opposite.
Willis keeps it, slips, and down he goes.
Okaranko's showing up
early
all
down
over the place
situation.
all the time these days.
Mills completes it.
Brevin Jordan showed up a little bit. He had a really bad snap versus the
Mills
Titans
looking for Dorsett.
tackle
He's
for
got
a
him.
loss. I've noticed the way the NFL
47.
collates these, they are biased towards offensive highlights.
Mills back to the air, looking sideline, and he's got Rodgers.
I'll take that offensive
Knocked
highlight.
out of bounds, but Amari Rodgers with a big catch.
This Titans secondary is something
Mills
else,
looking
man.
left. Fires end zone for Cooks. He's got it.
So this is
Touchdown.
productive drifting
There is
by
a
Davis
flag
Mills. I think this is
down.
something he's gotten better at. You see, instead of getting happy feet, and I heard on the broadcast they said that Mills had been criticizing his own happy feet from earlier in the year. Look, there's pressure from the right. I think earlier in the season, Mills would have potentially bailed on this altogether or panicked a little bit. Sometimes he panics and runs right into his offensive lineman. Here and in a couple times today, he's just drifting off to the left,
heart rate monitor on
finding
Davis
space,
Mills
finding his guy.
he
Has a good
doesn't
relationship with Brandon
show
Cooks.
any emotion. He completes
nice
the
drive.
pass. He understands this
Good
is a
fourth
situation
quarter
where
by
he may end
Davis
up going
Mills.
for 2, so he stays out on the field just watching the receivers celebrate after the touchdown reception. But he understands, hey, we need 2 points after this.
To make it a 7-point game, Mills end zone
This one-
incomplete.
Felt like they could have.
To ma-
See Amari Rodgers right here. Is that showing? That's not showing. Okay. Amari Rodgers up there at the top, number 19. If he had
Point
kept
game,
going with
Mills end zone
it, he might
incomplete.
have been able to get a defensive
You
holding,
could
but
squeeze in
obviously
2 runs before
miscommunication
the
there.
2-minute warning.
Running again with him.
Running.
Nasty stiff arm. And a second. Willis keeps it himself. Cuts it up at the 45.
I keep forgetting they're not showing all the runs.
Out of the
Again, the
shotgun.
Texans had some
Willis
good
looking left,
TFLs.
throws, and it's
There we go.
intercepted.
Christian Harrison. This is
Out of
where
the
Malik Collins, I believe
Willis
Malik Collins gets the hit right there. You see him? There we go. Malik Collins with a hit on the QB.
looking left.
Christian Harrison in the
Throws,
right spot.
and
I
it's
mean, that was,
intercepted.
with or without a hit, that was just a
Picked off by
dumb throw.
Christian Harris.
So good job, Christian Harris, being in your lane.
His first NFL interception.
Driskel's in now. I'm concerned he might be a little
123, which, by the way, I don't know why. I mean, look at this. At this situation, it's 1st and 10. There's 2 minutes left. You've got 3 timeouts, and you're at the 50. I don't know why here is when they decided that they needed to unleash the Kraken. That is Malik Willis, the passing threat.
His first
That was not to
NFL
be.
interception.
So they play out the
Driskel's
string
in
here
now.
pretty well.
I'm concerned he might be a little cold from not having
Yeah,
the
like
football.
reinserting Driskel after Davis Mills has been just fine, and then just being reminded that on 3rd and long. Like, okay. What about 3rd and 12? All right, I got to be careful. They're just being conservative. There's no need to be hyper critical there. They need to punt the ball. If they were passing with Driskel, that would be just as dumb as passing with Malik Willis.
Johnston trying to put some finesse on this one. It bounces at the 4 and down by Tremon Smith.
Tremon Smith, good on special teams.
What a job by Cameron
Steven
Johnston
Nelson was
and the
back
Texans
yesterday,
special
so
teams unit.
Fewer opportunities for
2nd down and 10.
Tremon Smith. Look, Malik Collins with another really nice pass rush.
Caught by Wood.
Watch this little spin move action right here. The spin move,
Willis.
very powerful. Very powerful.
2nd down and 10.
But you got to do it right. Some high school kids they'll spin in place like a fat ballerina. A productive spin is one in which, watch Malik Collins,
2nd down and
he gained
10.
ground. He's upfield, and then big step back to the inside.
Willis,
2 steps, he covers
low throw,
6 yards, and he's
caught
at
by
the
Woods.
quarterback's lap.
Because you're running out of time on this clock right here, even with 1 timeout.
3rd and 4. Willis steps up. He locates Haskins. He's got the 1st down. Hit hard.
Nice thump by Christian Harris.
38 seconds left. Willis with pressure coming. Buy some time. Willis
strong.
with 2 Texans around him.
Face mask
Stays
there.
on his feet.
No
throws
call.
and completes it to Haskins. Willis in the
We
shotgun.
got lucky a
Doesn't
couple times
spike
yesterday.
it.
Roy Lopez got
Willis lost the football.
Jerry
Gets
Hughes.
it back. Chased by Grenard. 8 seconds
it.
left.
back to the
Flag is
game.
down. Pass is complete.
ESPN was trying
Tennessee
to tap
looking
me.
for a Christmas miracle. Willis
There'll be no
rises up,
miracle.
throws it down the field into the end zone.
can throw it, but,
Intercepted. Petrie goes down, and the Texans have their 2nd win of the year.
I think Petrie could have taken it if he felt like it. I thought that was a great effort by the Texans. These guys have showed that they're willing to play with a certain amount of nasty. They lack, what's the word, talent? They have some talent and some guys that could play on any team in the NFL. They have too many guys that wouldn't play on many teams in the NFL. But the defense especially, without playing genuinely solid defense, is still coming up and hitting folks and causing turnovers and getting stops. So they're not steady and consistent, but they're getting stops. There was one comment from a Saints fan that caught my eye. Saints fan here, the Texans have shown that although they don't have the most talent in the league, they do play with the most swag and confidence. Hence why they're always losing close games with good teams. I'm so glad they finally got the win they deserve and hope they get better in the future. From Mitchell Douglas. I've got a slight disagreement with that. It's not that they're always playing close games. They've artificially kept the score closer than it looks by scoring some extreme garbage time touchdowns in a bunch of their games. These last 3 weeks, they've kept games very close, and 2 of which versus the Cowboys and Chiefs were pretty impressive. Looking at it in hindsight, they were a little bit flukish, but a lot of it just the Texans coming up with good plays, if not consistently, but coming up with big plays. So that is good to see, and we'll see how they finish out the season. They're a half game behind they're half game ahead of the Bears right now for the first overall pick, if that's what you're into. It's getting kind of tense.